Aloha, this is Baker. This is Business in Hawaii with Reg Baker. We've got a number of people here today. It's going to be an exciting show. We're broadcasting live from downtown Honolulu in the Think Tank studios in the Pioneer Plaza. You can catch us live on stream on the internet in livestream.com, the Think Tech channel. And of course, you can go to the Think Tech Hawaii website, and you can sign up and get notices for when all the shows on Think Tech Hawaii is showing, as well as Business in Hawaii, which is every Thursday at 2 o'clock. We're glad you can join us today. We've got, as mentioned, a group of people here today. We've got Danelia Newman. We have John Newman, both from Newman Consulting. And we also have Clayton Makalii. There we go. All right. Who is a graduate student from Newman Consulting and is a success story. So we're going to hear a little bit about Newman Consulting and what they're doing here in Hawaii and how they're really helping people get employed in the workforce and develop some companies. So welcome. Glad you could all join us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're glad to be here.
Yes.
Super. Danelia, can you share with us a little bit about your background, where you're from, and how you got into this business?
Sure. If you can't tell by now, I'm from Australia. I'm sure you noticed that accent. I was a secondary school teacher in Australia, and I met John, this wonderful man over here, about 37 years ago. We literally met in the middle of the outback with the kangaroos and emus.
Wow.
John was...
That sounds very romantic.
No, it was actually very romantic. And John was working for the federal government and managing a small airport at the time. And so we married 3 years later, and we moved to California. And we honeymooned in Hawaii on our way there, which was wonderful. And I did some substitute teaching in California, and then I was able to secure a job with a well-known business in that area. And within the first year, I became the executive director, running the whole show, and implemented training programs, reduced expenses, implemented new hiring procedures, and the business flourished further. And then the owner, a couple of years later, decided that he was going to sell the business and relocate to another state. And so we ended up having a lot of calls from business owners who knew what we had accomplished in that business and asked us to do the same in theirs. And that was the beginning of Newman Consulting Services.
Right, and so that's where you, I guess, jointly founded the company.
Mm-hmm.
And started this, and you just took that experience and decided to monetize it for yourself.
Exactly.
Great.
And then what happened was that John was transferred, received assignment to come to Hawaii, and we relocated here 11 years later. We actually had to start our business all over again. But from the moment we stepped our foot off the plane, we just knew we were in the right place. This was where we meant to be on the face of the planet. And so we just started from scratch and built again, and here we are.
What year was that you started again?
1980, no, that was 1993, because we got married in 82.
In 92, we came here.
Yes, 92 we came
92.
here. Yeah.
Very good. So you've been here for a while.
Yes.
That's good. Very
yes, good. For almost 25 years now. Yeah.
Now, John, what you got obviously a background that kind of parallels, Danelia's. You were out in the outback in Australia.
Well, I have to be very careful in how I say this because we can't contradict anything that our wives say. So I'm originally from South Florida, Delray, West Palm, Fort Lauderdale area, and I came into the military too early, earlier than I want to talk about, and did 27 years. And
well, that's impressive. Thank you for that.
And Air Force, 27 years, Vietnam area. And as Danelia said, we work with different countries. And I was one of the select people to go out to Australia to work with some of our different countries that we're, I guess, say, friends with. And Danelia was a high school teacher. And I was lucky enough to marry her, and as they say, she just made me keep doing things until I got them right.
I paid him to say that, by the way.
Well, and so you started this company together, you
Yes.
you
Yes.
founded it together?
We did.
Yes.
I guess you both kind of have experience doing this at once, so
Yes.
you had some good experience from California, and then you were
Yes.
able to come out and replicate it. So
Yes.
you did it without making any of those same mistakes, I guess.
Oh, of course not. We just made different mistakes.
You know, my background is in training development from Southern Illinois University, and it just fell into what we were doing, you know, reaching out, helping people. And that was one of the key things, helping businesses, and emphasis was on help.
Well, and that's a good segue over to Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton, you're a success story of theirs.
Yes, I am, and that is the reason I'm here today. I'm locally born here in the islands, from Waimanalo. In 2013, after 10 years of service as a Navy contractor at Pearl Harbor, due to the sequestration and government cutbacks, my position was downsized. Therefore, I was put on unemployment. Unemployment sent me to these wonderful folks, and the rest is history.
Well, how did that happen? How did unemployment send you?
In order to sign up for unemployment, they had you register with Oahu Work Links, and that was the link that I had with these folks here at Newman Consulting Services.
And so that link brought you to them, and then
Yes.
they helped you in some form or fashion.
Yes, I went through a computer training course with them, learning Excel, PowerPoint, and a lot of other stuff. And I really appreciate a lot that I've learned. And currently, I'm employed at NOAA Fisheries out at Fort Island. I handle all the shipping and receiving, anything from a pencil to a propeller. So
Wow.
it's really interesting, and I'm
Very
glad
good.
to be
So
there.
you're back
yeah.
up to speed, and is that also a federal position too, right?
Yes.
All right,
for
so you got
contractor.
all those benefits, everything continues to accumulate.
yes,
All right,
yes.
excellent, good for
Yes.
you. All right, and I guess you got family here too, right?
Yes, I do. I have 2 children and a few grandchildren running around. My son's Elton and my daughter's Ilona. And my grandchildren, let me say hi to my grandkids.
Yeah, go over there.
Right over
Kamakana,
here, the red light.
Kulena. Yeah, so I want to say hi to them all too.
Super, I'm
Yeah.
sure they're happy to see that. Good
Yes.
for you. All right, so I guess everybody's happy then, you, the family, everybody's good.
Definitely.
That Newman Consulting's been able to help you and get set up and reestablished and,
Tremendously, yes. I want to share this accolade, that we learned, and we did this every morning. And it basically says, I look forward to all the wonderful, exciting opportunities that will present themselves to me today. And I'm thankful for that. I say it every day, religiously.
good for you.
Yeah.
That's super. And I guess, you guys probably have a lot of success stories like that too. You've helped a lot of people over the years.
That's been our blessing. I tell you, it's really been a blessing. It's interesting for us because we're still a management company. We manage businesses and work with businesses. But one of the things John and I wanted to do, because our business had flourished here, and we were very grateful, was to give back. And so through a series of events, we became a State of Hawaii licensed vocational school and a State of Hawaii employment and training fund provider, and also WorkLinks training provider for youth and adult. We're also English second language certified. And we were also access to recovery providers. So the state received a grant and we were blessed to become a provider.
What is
we're
a
able to do that.
recovery provider?
So individuals who had experienced substance use and wanted to change their lives. And so we were able to work with a lot of those individuals and help them get skills, change their lives, because we also taught life skills and help them get jobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty broad menu of training and education.
Yes.
It focused on individuals that wanted to better themselves. And in order to do so, they needed skills. And the basic skills are something that has been looked over. And we found that if we focused on the basic skills, everything else will fall into place. And that's what made our program so powerful, because it ran the gamut. We shared with individuals that had jobs, that wanted better jobs. We shared with individuals that have never worked, that wanted to get into the workforce. So it took a while for us to put the program together to be able to touch everyone, because that was our goal. The more we helped individuals get what they wanted, the better our business would be. And it was all about giving.
Giving back. And we also worked with Youth Challenge Academy, and we worked with foster youth as well, because of course our keiki is our future. And you know, it's really important that we work with our keiki in order to be, you know, that is Hawaii's future.
Yeah, and that's something that I think a lot of people, you know, learn to have a greater appreciation for, is that when we say that our keiki is our future, it's not just the future leadership. I mean, it's the economic engine that's going to drive the state and the economy going forward.
Exactly.
And we have to have that competent workforce that show up at work, have the proper attitude, et cetera.
Right.
And so that's part of what you do. And so you probably work with students from all ages?
All ages. You know, it's interesting because over 45% of business owners named attracting and retaining a quality workforce as their primary business challenge this year, actually. And 85% of managers place the highest emphasis on hiring candidates with fundamental skills like attitude and work ethic and listening and verbal skills and so forth. So we actually put together a program, and you know, this is a part of what Clayton went through as well, of a pre-employment training, and it's been approved by the Employment and Training Fund, and employers can send their individuals to that program to get those skills. It's very inexpensive, and that way they're ready to go to work, and it improves that work.
So for some of the small and mid-sized businesses out there that maybe doesn't have a very formal HR type of role or function, they can actually have some of their employees come to you, and you can provide some of that initial training to get them up and running.
Exactly right.
And it is 50% funded for that course.
50% funded by whom?
By the state, by the Employment and Training Fund. And because we are an Employment and Training Fund provider, training provider.
Right, and I know we'll probably go into a little bit more in detail maybe during our second segment here, but how would somebody find out more information about how to get some of this funding to go through these programs?
Okay, they could either call us at 596-0200, or they can access our website and email us at www.newmanconsultingservices.com.
Very good. And then on that website, they'll find out not only information about you and the company, but also, you know, how to get some of the funding from the state as well.
Exactly,
And all of that will be right there.
Yes.
Very good. That's a great service.
Yes.
You know, and Clayton, you've had a good experience with this. This has worked well for you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Being out of school for so long, and after going to school with these folks that taught me a whole lot. Yeah, so I'm really grateful and thankful for these folks.
Super. So you can actually go out there and maybe help recruit more people to come back and get the
Awesome.
benefit of some
Yes.
of this education, this training.
Yes.
And did they just provide all this training and then say, here, you're on your own, go for it, or are they there to work with you?
Well, they were there hand in hand with me. I think they walked me through a lot as far as your attitude and how you dress and present yourself. Uncle Johnny taught us that it's how you present it, you know. So when you bring yourself to that, it's got to be professionalism, and I learned that. I'm thankful for.
First impressions are very important, aren't they?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, very good. Well, we're approaching a break, and we're going to just take a short 1-minute break here, and we are going to be right back to continue the conversation in a little bit more detail on Newman Consulting. But this is Business in Hawaii with Reg Baker. We're here with Newman Consulting, and we've got 3 guests, and we've got a very powerful message to be sending. So we'll be right back. Thank you.
Aloha, I'm Kirsten Baumgart Turner, and I host Sustainable Hawaii every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. My guests offer insights on challenging economic and environmental issues facing our state and offer innovative solutions to increasing Hawaii's long-term sustainability. Recently, we've been focusing on sustainable land development, food, and energy security. If you have a project or issue you'd like to discuss on the show or would like to be a guest, please contact me at kirstenbturner@gmail.com and tune in live weekly or view the show at your convenience at thinktechhawaii.com. Mahalo.
My notes in the thing.
Welcome
Right,
back.
right.
This is Business in Hawaii with Reg Baker, and we're here with Newman Consulting. We're having a great conversation with Danelia, with John, and with Clayton. So, John, we're getting into a little bit of the details on the company now. Tell me, what is this just a two-man operation, or maybe I should say a one-woman, one-man operation, or is there more to it? I mean, how many people do you got, and what kind of departments?
Well, we started, it was just Danelia and myself. And then we morphed to almost 9 staff at one time. And we're down to 4 now, babe, 3? 4.
No. We have 6 altogether.
It was 6 staff.
Yeah.
And we found that the more we went out to market ourselves, the more we needed to have staff help us. Because Danelia and I thought we could do it on our own. But when we run into people like this young man and his friends, and we have been fortunate enough not to ever have to turn anyone away.
I mean, as far as students are concerned.
As far as students,
Wow,
as far as
that's
helping
great.
individuals. Even though some of our students didn't have the financial backing to come and take the course, they just wanted help. And Danelia and I had put together a pool of funds that said that we would, even though that our tuition wasn't covered through different organizations, we would reach out and help as many people as we can.
Very nice. That's, you don't find very many companies willing to do that these days. So, but you've got, you know, an awful lot of classes that you teach. And,
yes.
and so do you do them all yourself, Danelia, or do you have people that you call in when you need them?
No, we both John and I teach, and we also have instructors on staff, and we also have instructors that work with us. But one of the things is that they really go through a rigid training program in order to be able to teach, and because we're very particular about the way we teach, what we teach. We developed our curriculums from scratch, so you know, and they work. You know, currently we go out to one of the correctional facilities here, and we work with inmates out there before they get furloughed, and you know, we have a really good success rate of them getting jobs as well when they're furloughed. So we're very very fortunate to be able to doing the kind of work that we do, and we know in our hearts this is what we're meant to do.
And we're a DOE sanctioned vocational school.
Yeah.
So when individuals graduate, they have a certificate from Department of Education.
Very good.
From
Our school.
our
Yes.
school.
Very good. Now, what kind of classes do you teach the inmates?
We teach the job readiness as far as vocational job readiness. It focuses on attitude, focuses on changing the mindset, focuses on life skills, focuses on computer skills. We work with them on developing their resumes, interviewing skills, communication skills, and but you know, really most of all through that whole it's very intense for 2 weeks or so, but you know, through all of that to see the development. We always enjoy watching, you know, when we first start working with somebody, where they are as far as their mindset and their belief in themselves and their confidence level. And whether or not they even want to be there. And then we see at the end of a course that because we know exactly where they're going to be, right? Once they change the attitude, everything changes. So we teach, you know, attitude determines your altitude. And so at the end, we're just always so grateful. We always, you know, just really are very grateful to be able to see the changes that happen.
It's got to be very rewarding.
Extremely rewarding.
And that's
extremely
the reward.
rewarding.
You hit proverbial nail on the head.
Yeah.
That is our payback when we see the change. And
Yeah.
it's all about sharing with them where they can be, because most people are told what they need to do and where they can go, but it's about the individual. If they're willing to, we have a simple formula, be, do, have. You be who you need to be, and if you do what you need to do, 95% of the time you will have what you need to have. And when we focus on giving them the tools to gain the level of perfection that they're looking for, and they change their attitude, as Danelia said, the rest is just academic. And we teach from a business owner's perspective. That's one of the key factors in our program. Because we're Newman Consulting Services and we manage firms and businesses, the average layperson doesn't understand the way the business owner is thinking. And that gives them a different level of efficiency because everyone had a job, and the key word is had. Sustaining a job, keeping a job is the key. You know, sustainability is what we focus on.
Well, and once you have an appreciation of what the business owner needs in
Yes.
order to have a successful business, then you can have a better picture of how you fit into that process.
That's right.
Exactly.
Exactly
Yeah, and we
right.
really talk to them about, we spend a lot of time talking to them about, okay, if this happens, if you were the owner, what would you do? And so they really have a different perspective on things because they go, man, I never thought about that. You know, so it really makes a difference, and that is instrumental in our classes because we are employers and because we teach all of our programs from an employee's perspective, as John said, and our employment and training fund programs as well. So, you know, when we have individuals who come into our classes that employers have sent over, you know, they really enjoy the classes because it is taught from a different perspective. And there's a lot of one-on-one attention as well. Yeah.
And sometimes that's the most valuable.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Exactly.
Clayton,
Yes,
all this sounds really good. Does it work?
I'm a living example. I came to these folks, Newman Consulting, without a job, and they helped me with the tools that I learned from them, and the positive thinking, and you know, anybody can do it. They just have to put their mind to it. And I'm a living example. I have a job that I love going to work every day, and like Uncle Johnny said, it's sustaining the job, it's holding the job. So I've been there over a year, going to be 2 years soon.
Wow,
congratulations.
And I'm happy. Yeah.
Super.
And you know, we have a business management and applications program with internship. So we actually, you know, one of the, you know, if individuals take a longer course, then we actually put them in internship positions so they get on-the-job training. And we work with different employers for that. So it's really great. The employers enjoy having the level of individual that we send over, and the individuals are very grateful to have that opportunity as well. So we teach them business and management, and we also have vocational short-term programs and computer short-term programs, and we're actually putting together right now a medical receptionist course. So we're looking forward to doing that as well because we work a lot with the medical community.
Very
In our
good.
computer classes, we have 365.
Yes.
We have people
Now,
coming.
for those people that don't know what 365 is, what is
Explain that
365?
to them, Bill.
That is the new platform that's being put in, that's in computers right now. And so
That's
we're-
from Microsoft, isn't
That's
it?
correct.
Exactly right,
Microsoft,
Microsoft.
right. And so actually, you know, when it was initially put on our computers by our IT tech guy, we're looking at it going, oh, what are we supposed to do? So, you know, we, at our age too, we have to learn, right? So we've actually got, you know, our tech guy who's on staff, he teaches that program, and it's great because people are like, man, I had no idea what I'm supposed to, I'm looking at a completely different screen.
Well, it's part of that migration that
Yes,
all computers
yes,
are going
yes.
through
Yeah.
into the cloud environment, you know,
Right.
software
That's right,
as a
into the cloud.
service,
Right.
you know, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
we found that, you know, we've had individuals that come back to us and said, well, we were using Microsoft 7, but now Microsoft 10, you know, so it depends on what skills you
changing.
want to hone.
Yeah.
Well, and
and-
sometimes when you change employers,
Yes.
they're going to have different
That's
systems
exactly
that
right.
you have to be familiar with. and
That's
so-
exactly
And
right.
we focus on that as well.
Right. We have a training room that sits 20 people, and we have laptops. And we have another training room that sits about 8 people. So we have different classes going on, and then we also have our consulting part of our business where we manage businesses and work with employers that way as well. So it's we love what we do. If it's not showing, we love what we do. And we're very fortunate to be able to help people and help businesses. That's really our mission. is to help businesses also because, you know, as I mentioned earlier, one of the challenges that business owners talk about when we get together is, you know, oh, it's just such a different stage now in the business, just purely from hiring employees and different generations, and you know the way we're looking at things is different from our generation to the younger generation, and you know, so we really work a lot with the younger generation as well to understand what it is from our perspective. You know, just like we have to learn what it is from their perspective as well.
Now, we have a pretty low unemployment rate right now. I mean, we're at like 3.5%, I think, last I heard. And that, from an economics standpoint, that's pretty much full employment. Yeah, it's got to be tough to find the right people out there. It's a constant, as you mentioned before, that's one of the biggest challenges that employers have.
Yes, it is. However, you know, it's interesting from our perspective because we have open positions and there are a lot of people applying for those positions. Okay, so, you know, we'll put in an ad and we'll get, you know, at least 30, 40, 50 responses. But when you go to interview, individuals come in and, you know, the presentation's not there, the resume isn't in the proper order, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, a lot is going on and we really feel for them because these individuals are looking for better jobs. They're looking for jobs, they're looking for better jobs, but they really don't know how to present themselves, and employers are thinking, from the employer's perspective, we're thinking, man, we'd have to go through a lot of training and we can't have this person in a customer service job because of this. So, you know, that's where we really felt the need was to provide these types of programs. And the great thing is that the state is supporting this. And, you know, through the Employment and Training Fund. And, you know, I think a lot of employers really don't know about it. So, you know, the fact that the state does pay 50% or up to $250 a course makes a big difference for employers who want to send employees to the training providers who are part of that.
Now, Clayton, I know it may be a while, but you went to high school here.
Yes, I graduated from Kailua High School.
Kailua. So as you were going to high school and you were getting prepared to graduate and move into the workforce, did you have any type of training like this at all in the high schools to prepare you for going to work and getting a job?
Well, I'll tell you what, Reg, it's been a while. So, yeah, technology then was different from today. But
I remember typewriter class.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So learning the skills that I've had kind of boost my, you know, my knowledge of
And confidence.
computers. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
Of course.
Well, you know, and there's a lot of fear out there too. So in Clayton's situation where he had lost this great job that he had for 10 years, it's like, what am I going to do now? You know, I'm more mature, I don't have the skills, you know, and so forth. So I remember when Clayton came in and it's like, it's going to be okay, Clayton, we're going to help you. And he just blossomed. And so, you know, we're just so proud of him.
And we found, and this, as you alluded to, the workforce today is a lot more educated as book learning, but they've strayed away from basics, you know, basics, attitude, punctuality, integrity, honor. These are the things that will never go away. That is the root of our training. We take a person back to the basics, and everything is built on a foundation. And once you have a foundation, this new technology is just something you learn.
Right. And the learning never stops.
No,
That's right.
exactly right.
It's a constant.
Exactly right. You know, one of the things that John and I have always said, and which we do, is that, you know, when our students graduate, we say we are always your family. You can always call us. You can always come back here and talk to us if you're going through a challenge in your, you know, in your life. And people do. They walk through the door, and you know, we're like, wow, this is so cool. You know, that they feel that way towards us, and you know, we're very we give it our all, and we're very grateful to be able to see the results.
But we also have that same thought with our clients that
Our management
clients over the years. It's just not we're there today and gone tomorrow. We're here.
Good.
And some of our clients from old, they can always call and get support. That's something that we found, as much as if you just continue to give And that's something that we all need to work on, giving.
We'll have to take a short break.
Okay.
We'll be back in about 1 minute.
Thank
This
you.
is Business in Hawaii with Reg Baker, and we're here talking with the Newman Consulting Group, and we've got a powerful message here today. So we'll be right back. Thank you.
Aloha, my name is Josh Green. I'm a senator from the Big Island. I work in the ER there. But on Tuesday afternoons, I get to come and spend 45 minutes to an hour with Jay Fidel and the Think Tech staff. They're terrific professionals. They help us to bring some of the leading cutting-edge topics here across our state to you. So you can join us at our show on healthcare in Hawaii to talk with leaders from across all the spectrum of health in our state, or you can join us for any other show where we talk about economic development or tourism or some really eclectic programs too. So really, we'd love to see you here on our show. Thanks for joining us and thanks for supporting us.
Welcome back. This is Business in Hawaii with Reg Baker. We're here with Newman Consulting, and we're talking a little bit about workforce training and what we got to do to get our keiki up to speed and working and be very productive in the workforce. But we also work with a lot of other people. It's not just the youth. We work with people that have been, for whatever reason, necessary to find another job. You work with the prisoners out at the prison a little bit. But you also, I think, work with the military a little bit too, don't you?
Yes, we have. Because I'm a vet myself, a lot of the military spouses, when they come to Hawaii, because they're only here for 2 or 3 years at a time, the firms would tend to not take advantage of that work pool. But these individuals, they hit the ground running. They're up to speed. They bring something to the firms, and we hire them when we can, and we place them in our clients' office whenever we can. And a lot of vets, they come out and they don't. They have a transition course that they give all of the vets when they come out. However, it's hard to make that transition. You don't put that I drove a tank on my resume. You'll have an equipment operator, and these are the things that we help the vets do to market themselves correctly, because over the years they've been taught many skills.
I'm a vet too.
Okay.
And so I've gone through the transition, and I learned that I was very proficient with an M60.
Yeah.
And that was not something you put on the application.
That's right, exactly right. Exactly right, yes. And one of the things is that, we understand because of, we have been associated with the military for so long, but when individuals who are coming out, when we're looking at the resumes, the civil sector doesn't understand what's on that resume, so that's where we work with them and help them.
And I found that sometimes the education has to be on both sides of that
Correct.
equation.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because the military coming out has a transition, but the people that are employing them, if they don't have that background, they need to understand a little bit where they're coming from as well.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that we have educated our clients when they do have military spouses working for them. They aren't understanding that sometimes that spouse has been sent to places that we can't even talk about. And when that spouse comes home, even though the individual working with them don't have any, comp time built up or vacation time,
or PTO.
they should be a little lenient and let those individuals off to spend some time
reconnect
with
the family.
to reconnect, because it makes a better employee. A happy employee is a wonderful employee.
More efficient, more productive.
Oh, yes.
You bet your morale goes up.
Yes, exactly.
And as you said, it's training on both sides.
Yes.
You can't have one without the other, because it's a different world. It's a double-edged sword when you're in the military.
Right.
And that's something that a lot of civilian companies don't understand.
So if there was some military individuals that were planning on transitioning out of the military into the workforce, what would you have available to help them with that?
We would have available our business management and application certificate program. And also and that would be probably the main thing, where we can help them to transition. This program focuses on business, it focuses on management, And it, you know, a lot of the military actually have really good computer skills, but it helps, we help them with their resumes and so forth. So that's really a good program for them to go into.
And to help them align themselves with different jobs that are out in the civilian sector, because sometimes you really don't know where you'll be a good fit, and we assist you in that as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And we also have an entry-level certificate course in vocational studies. That's also a good course. That's the shorter-term course. Yeah.
So again, how would they find out more information about this?
They would go to our website at www.newmanconsultingservices.com or call us at 596-0200.
Right. And then they go online, they can look at all the different
Oh, yes.
courses.
Correct.
And then if they see something that might be a good fit for them,
Yes.
then they can reach out to you, and then you can work with them to see
Absolutely.
what type of financial arrangements can be made, you know.
Exactly.
and how
And we
that
walk,
works.
we walk hand in hand, and it's a support system. We, as Danelia said earlier, once a company or a student gets involved with us, it's for life. It's a lifetime setup. If we can support you, if we can help, we will.
Right. Well, and again, we got a testimonial right here. You graduated from the course about, what, over a year ago?
Two years.
It's about 2
yeah.
years, yeah.
2 years
It's gonna be
ago.
2 years, yeah.
So it's been 2 years since you've actually
Yes.
gone to this course, but yet
Yes.
you're still here, you're still connected.
Yes.
Well, Danelia mentioned family, and basically, these were my family. And they showed me what I needed, guided me, and basically, it is an ohana
Yeah.
thing.
That's
Yes, and I'm grateful.
That's very good.
Yeah, too.
That's very good. It's
Yeah,
good to hear
too.
that. So we've addressed the military. We've got also, you know, businesses out there that are looking to bring people on and get them trained.
Yes.
They would go through the same process. They'd go to your website
Yes.
and,
Yeah, at newmanconsultingservices.com, yes.
good. And then they would reach out and find out would you need to teach these classes in your location, or are you able to go out to their location?
We can do either. Yes, so we've had businesses who have a large training room, and we go over there and do it as well because they prefer that. So we can go to any location basically,
Very good.
provided that they meet certain requirements.
Okay. And does that include neighbor islands as well? or-
Absolutely, yes. In fact, we just went to Kauai to teach a course. Actually, it was mental health first aid
With the
with the
vets,
vets over there. And
the U.S. vets
yeah,
in Kauai, yes.
SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse Mental Health Administration of the United States, we contacted us because they heard about the great work we were doing in our community. And so they had us come out to Washington, to Maryland, to become mental health first aid certified instructors. So, you know, we've had a couple of senators that are very supportive of this program, Senator Spiro and Senator Chan Oakland. And so, you know, we've been very grateful. You know, we've gone to the legislature to give testimony and so forth and give presentations. And so, you know, individuals have started to learn about this certification. It's a 3-year certification.
And that's one of the new avenues that we've brought on board to our firm. We reach out and help the community because mental health first aid, as we know, reaches across all boundaries.
Why don't you spend a minute and just describe what mental health first aid is? What does that mean?
Mental health first aid, there are different challenges out there. We have different mental individuals that are suffering from different mental afflictions, so to speak. And it's been an elephant that's no one wanted to address. No one wanted to say that they had challenges. And what mental health first aid is, it teaches the symptoms and signs. You don't become a practitioner, but you're able to see and help individuals, guide them. It's like CPR. I can't do open heart surgery, but I can administer first aid, CPR. So that's what mental health first aid is about. It's about recognizing the signs and symptoms and getting that person help. Professional
And
as
part
well.
of the program, I guess, educate people on where to go for that
Yes.
help?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, and that's part of the program, exactly right. That's part of the program as well. Being able to know where to send that person, being able to know when to call to help someone, being able to assist that person. Maybe you just need to listen to that person. And that's a part of the mental health first aid. And it's a broad spectrum, so we won't have time to really break it down, but I can say recognizing the signs and symptoms is the first step.
It almost sounds like any person in a supervisory or managerial role needs to have this
Yes.
type of awareness.
Absolutely, and you know, it's interesting because organisations who have brought us in to teach this, you know, they've said that what a difference it's made, and you know, it really helped their supervisors and management, and even just regular staff. They had regular, I don't mean just, but regular staff teams. Their teams were also a part of the training, and they've really been grateful for it.
And Reg, what you said when you said managers, the mental health first aid program is designed for the aunties, the uncles, the cousins, the sisters and the brothers, because the sooner you can diagnose a person that needs help, the better it is. And it's for everyone. And not only the supervisory staff, but we've had firms that their workers, they brought their workers in because they're the first person to be, they're on the front lines.
Well, and sometimes those workers will see the symptoms in their coworkers.
Exactly
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Exactly
We've had
right.
that too.
Yes.
And so, but they don't know how to help. They don't know how to help, so most people avoid the situation altogether. So when they go through this course, they're actually taught what to say, how to approach. We have, it's very interactive, and so it's been really great. Actually for us too, it's been wonderful.
Very good. Well,
Yeah.
that's,
It's been an eye-opening
It's really
for us.
helped us in the type of work we do as well.
well, as you probably know, I'm very active with the Chamber of Commerce, and
Yes.
I chair the Small Business Entrepreneur Committee.
Yeah.
This might be a topic that maybe we can offer to the Chamber membership at some
Yes.
point, you know, it's just to increase some awareness. You don't have to give everything away, but just create, you know, some interest and educate
Yes.
about the program and give out
Yes.
some tips that might encourage them to go out and actually enroll into the
Yes.
class.
We'd love to do that.
Yeah.
We'd love to
That'd be
do that.
Yes, thank you.
Reg.
Now,
anytime.
we're getting close to the end of the show, and I just want to give all of you an opportunity, starting with you, Clayton. Do you have any words of wisdom you'd like to share with the audience, or any advice you'd like to share, you know, for people?
Yeah, sure, Rich. I say that if you need help and you're looking for a job, you're looking for new avenues, new tools to work with, consider Newman Consulting Services. They are family-oriented, and they helped me out a lot. They really did.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very
I
nice.
can't say thank you enough.
Thank you. Clayton.
John, how about you?
There's so many things, Reg. I like to say, if you would like to be better than someone, be better than the person that you were yesterday.
Very good.
And I would like to give some advice maybe to businesses as well, you know, to believe in yourself, for anybody actually, believe in yourself, but businesses also believe in your product. And learn from your mistakes, you know, don't see them as setbacks, see them as moving forward, and remember that everything happens for a reason, you just don't know what it is yet, you know. So, you know, keep your expenses as low as possible. That's what we always say, because that's where we come in. And get help in training your employees, because this is vital to the long-term success of any business. That's really, really critical. And we also say, save when you make money, spend when you're not making as much money, because that's how you keep your business together.
Yes, I know.
And we'd like to thank you
Yes,
as well for
thank you,
having us.
Reg. We're very
Thank you, Reg.
grateful.
No, this
Thank
was
you.
great. This was a good message that I think a lot of people are going to benefit from.
Thank you.
So I would like to continue this conversation. I guess we'll have a part 2 down the road a little
Wonderful.
bit.
All right, looking forward to it.
We'll talk some more.
Wonderful.
So this is Reg Baker, Business in Hawaii. We've been talking with Newman Consulting and their guest, Clayton. We've got a good story here, and thank you all for joining me today. We're here live every Thursday at 2 o'clock, 2 to 3, and hope to see you next week. Aloha.
Aloha.
Actually, 2:45, how about that?
Thanks.